Hey y'all,
Welcome to Two Babes in a Book with Liz
and Reach. In every episode, we give you a quick summary, our thoughts and content ratings for each book to help you decide if it's the right fit for you. Keep listening for a complete book discussion, and don't worry, we play music and we give you a heads up before any spoilers.
Be sure to leave us a review on the Apple Podcast app or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And feel free to follow us on Instagram at Two Babes in a Book. For today's book banter, we are discussing The Cheat Sheet by Sara Adams.
Awesome.
Not to be confused with Amy Adams, the actress.
Which may or may not have been what Liz wrote.
First draft.
First draft.
Yes. Shh, it's a secret. Don't tell anyone. Rachel is on top of it. She caught it. We fixed it. And
We're good.
Show notes will be correct, as well as the podcast. Yes.
Right.
We got it. We got it taken care of.
I think Amy Adams has a very she's a chick flicky type personality when she was younger. You know, now I feel like she's done more serious stuff, but you know, she was in Enchanted, and they're making Enchanted too.
Oh,
see that?
no.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. That's awesome. My kids
so
love that movie, and I do too.
It's awesome.
It's like one of those movies where your kids enjoy it as well as the parents, you know?
And you don't want to like blow your brains out because you're so bored. Like it's actually cute and funny. Yeah.
Yes, that's exciting. Yeah. Same actors.
Yeah. Patrick
Dempsey.
And
Dreamy.
I was flipping actually at the hair salon on yesterday. And they had in People magazine, they had them filming it, and she's like pushing a baby carriage. So I wonder if they have a baby. And then Patrick Dempsey is in like this princely gear. So I wonder if they ended up going to
the fairy tale land or whatever.
Yeah.
Very interested in that.
Yeah. So
I'm glad I put Amy Adams instead.
I know.
As a mistake, because then I found out about Enchanted too.
Exactly. And I don't know what it's called. Maybe it's Enchanted Ever After or something. I have no idea, but yeah, that's the second one. Okay. So this book has do you want me to read what Goodreads has? Because it's a little long, but it like shows the flavor of the book. What do you think? It's on our show notes.
I think it's good to read it.
Okay.
We did talk about this book very briefly 2 episodes ago with what we've been reading lately, but this whole episode is going to be dedicated to it so we can go more into detail about it.
Yes.
And give you actual content ratings and everything. So yeah, I think it's good to read the synopsis because it does give you a good idea of the style of the book, the flavor.
Yeah, because Liz had read it before, and I had not read it when we did that podcast episode. And after your gold star,
inspiring review,
yes.
Now we can both talk about it together. Yes.
And Liz totally called it. I loved this book. Just putting that out there.
Knew it.
Yes, you know me well.
I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what it's about.
So you have to talk in a really annoying voice for this part. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Okay, we'll get to that.
I can't do the high-pitched voice of the narrator. Hi,
my name's Brie Camden. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness, that was really good. That was seriously. Maybe you need to read this, Liz.
I don't know if I can keep it up. No, we don't want to annoy our listeners. So we'll talk about that later, how that kind of was hard on me, on my ears, the narrator's voice for Brie Camden. So
I can see that. Yeah. But I don't think it annoyed me as much as it annoyed Liz. But I could see what you were saying. She was kind of squeaky with her voice.
Squeaky.
Yeah.
Is that why you were going to put squeaky?
Maybe that's why. No, I did. I was going to put squeal.
Squeal. Oh, you were going to put squeal for your one word. Okay.
But apparently I want to do the SQ for all these things.
That's true. All right. Okay. I won't interrupt again.
Okay.
Here's the summary.
Okay. Hi, my name is Brie Camden, and I'm hopelessly in love with my best friend and star quarterback, Nathan
Nathal?
Oh my goodness, what is up with us tonight? Okay, Nathan Donaldson. So is half of America, judging by the tabloids and how much the guy dates. The first step is admitting, right? Except I can never admit it to him because he clearly doesn't see me that way. And the last thing I want is for things to get weird between us. Nothing but good old-fashioned No touching the sexiest man alive. Platonic friendship for us. Everything is exactly how I like it. Yes, good. I'm not crying. I'm just peeling an onion. Our friendship is going swimmingly until I accidentally spill my beans to a reporter over too much tequila. And now the world seems to think me and Nathan belong together. Oh, and did I mention we have to date publicly for 3 weeks until after the Super Bowl because we signed a contract with, oops, I forgot I can't tell anyone about that. Bottom line is now my best friend is smudging all the lines and acting very unplatonic. And I'm just trying to keep my body from bursting into flames every time he touches me. How am I going to make it through 3 weeks of fake dating Nathan without anything changing between us? Especially when it's almost sort of kind of seems like he's fighting for a completely different outcome. Send help. XO Bree. So that is very definitely like the voice that we get from Bree. It's the writing style. So I felt like that was a good. I did not write that. Obviously, that was Goodreads, but I was Sara Adams. I'm sure it wasn't just Goodreads. I read it.
That's a little glimpse into Bree's personality.
So just very fun. And yeah. So what was your overall rating, Liz?
I gave it a 3.5 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. Oh, that's my one word, entertaining. Yeah, I thought it was just a very good like palate cleanser, like especially if you read a heavy book, this one is a really good one to kind of reset, or just it's happy, it's very cute. So what was your rating?
Mine was 5 out of 5. So
yes,
it might have been, I thought about it later. I was like, maybe I should do like a 4 out of 5, but I really did love this book.
I know it made you happy.
It really did. And it fits my personality very well. I like the lighthearted ones. It was funny. It was entertaining, as you said. And my one word was giddy, because it just made me giddy with like the fact that they've known each other since high school, which I've known my husband since high school. And I guess that's the only way that we're connected. My husband is not an NFL player, and I'm not a ballet or a ballerina. So.
But yeah, you guys like you met in high school and were really good friends in high school. Started dating at the end of high school, so I can see how that would resonate with you.
Yeah.
So, and I did love the wittiness to it. Like it was fun, and there was witty banter. It's a slow burn, and with friends to lovers and fake dating. So
yes, I love the fake dating trope. I think it's so fun. I think I said that with the love hypothesis. That's a fun trope.
It is fun.
Yeah. So, because really, I don't know anyone ever. I've never met anyone in person that actually has done fake dating and it's worked out, like, or ever fake dated. I'm sure people do that, but it's a big
I'm trying to
thing.
think like who does fake dating. I mean,
yeah, there's gotta be someone, right? Like
I know. I told you about the guy from high school who wanted to hold hands for a little bit and kind of fake date, but it just lasted a couple days, and I just kind of went along with it.
It was a couple days.
It was just like a couple days. I don't really remember much of it, and I don't know why he wanted to, unless it was just for attention. I don't think he was trying to make a girl jealous, but obviously it didn't end up, like the books. I mean, we didn't end up with a real relationship, but that's as close as I've gotten to fake dating.
There you go.
But it is really fun to read.
Yes.
About,
or like watching Korean dramas or Hallmark movies, or
or do they have fake dating a lot in Korean movies?
A lot. Yeah. The contracts, like here's a contract. I'm watching Business Proposal right now. And that one is like, they have a literal contract that they fill out, that we're going to go on this many dates and pretend to be together, but with my grandfather and all this different stuff. So it's a pretty common trope. What was that young adult one? To All the Boys I've Loved Before. That's how that starts out with fake dating.
That's true. We should read that one.
We should. My husband bought me that book, so
that'd be fun.
Because I love the movie.
Yes, love the movie.
Oh, we talked about that with Jen in our last podcast.
Yes. We just recently talked about it.
Yeah. Okay. That says something. We need to read that.
It's a sign.
We're actually gonna have,
and then it's a good excuse to watch the movie again.
Yeah,
it'd be fun to read it and then kind of compare the movie to the book. So
good idea. Do some serious analysis.
Really break it down.
Yeah.
Okay, should we move on to content ratings?
Let's do it.
Okay, language, I gave it a 1 out of 5, but I basically couldn't remember. I was just thinking maybe there was something.
Yeah, same here. I couldn't remember. This is a pretty clean book.
Yes.
I'd probably say the only thing that I would guess would be like some language, but I don't feel like it was a ton, but both of us don't remember. So don't like send us hate mail and be like, there were all these curse words in here. And I listened
There's
to Grandma
definitely not
King.
an F-bomb.
I don't think so.
I don't think there are any F-bombs in there. And then with sex, I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Okay. Yeah, same here. 2 out of 5. There were some scenes where it seemed like it was going to go further, but it did not. And so, and there was a scene where they're kissing and I can't exactly remember, but it pans away when it goes past PG-13. So
yes,
I was going to try to roll my R's. Thrusting. There's no
thrusting. Classy way of saying that word. Yes, I'd say like a tame PG-13 level.
Yeah, I would
almost,
say so.
You know. So violence, 0.
Yeah, 0. Was there even a punch?
I can't think of any altercations in this book.
Yeah. I feel like that's common with the chick lit, where there's always like someone punches someone else.
Some sort of fight. I know. That's true.
I don't think there was that in this.
No. Drugs and alcohol, 2 out of 5.
Yeah, same here. Because obviously, as we did in the Goodreads synopsis, she gets drunk on tequila and lets everything out.
Yeah, it's a big part of the plot.
Yes. But he doesn't really at all, because he's trying to stay like all the football players are trying to get ready for the Super Bowl, so they're not drinking. So
yes, they do throw like one big party, but
there is drinking in that too.
There is drinking in that, but I don't think he got drunk or anything.
Oh my goodness, that was a good scene
at that party. But yeah,
that was really like my favorite scene.
That was a good scene.
I forgot about that.
But at the same time, when I was listening to it, I was like, come on. Come on. Jeez.
There's a lot of come-ons in this book. Like
there's a lot of come-ons. Yeah. I'm like, oh, come on, or come on. Come on. Yeah, it's we'll get to that. It's a little frustrating. So I put for quotes, oh, wait. We kind of skipped. Well, I don't know. We kind of go out of order with this, but I was going to say, besides the narrator for the girl, I loved so there's 2 different narrators, or there's a male narrator for Nathan's perspective, which was fun. And then a female voice that was slightly annoying for Bree. Loved his voice, loved his character. He's just he's like logical. He was a little ridiculous, but it just was more of a logical way of thinking and explaining things. So it's like you buy into it more as a reader. But with her, it was like, oh, come on.
And I think it was also,
how can you think that right now type of thing? Like it was her, it was less believable for me, her perspective, than his.
That's a good point. Yeah. Because I feel like, I don't know, from so because he is this hot football player that is like posing half naked in magazines and stuff like that, I feel like if I were in her place, I would probably feel the same way. Wait, but you're saying the opposite. You're thinking that she should have caught on, right?
Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I can't think of specific moments in the book, but where I'm like, how can you not think he is into you right now type of moments. And but I know that's part of the plot, and that happens in all sorts of rom-com books and movies, right? Like fake dating. I mean, we saw it in the Love Hypothesis a little bit, but I feel like it was really overkill in this one, where I'm like,
it was very obvious.
You're a smart girl. Like she's smart. But maybe it's just the way his character was and how he explained it made more sense to me, even though he seemed like definitely the hotter one and NFL player. But that was like kind of the sweet thing about it, is they both, like, he was just as much head over heels for her than she was for him, and they both didn't know it. So it was really fun to read their perspectives, but sometimes she slightly annoyed me because I was just like, oh, come on, like you got to know, like, come on, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, the fact that he like if so, and this is at the very beginning of the book, so that I don't feel like this is a spoiler, but he would say, or she knew that if a girl ever gave him an ultimatum, like, okay, it's either Bree or it's me, he would always choose Bree. Like that says something. If he's gonna be loyal to you and not to any of these other girlfriends, like
hello, what does that
yeah,
mean?
right. So, but I
Exactly.
could kind of see what she was kind of see where she's coming from. I also think the annoyingness was also the way that the Sara Adams wrote the Brie character, because the way that she wrote Nathan, he was a lot more grounded and a lot just he was less like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Spastic. Like
Yeah,
he's the
spastic.
calm one. Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. He's kind of the calming one in the relationship,
And
and she's
she's
kind of like
not.
higher energy.
Yeah. And she's a spaz in general, like just like, so her thoughts reflected her personality. So I think that plus are the more, and they probably could have chosen an audio or a narrator that didn't have that voice. I don't know. I feel bad because that the audio person is probably really nice, but like her
And
plus
it's not
the
like she did a
spastic.
horrible job. Like
Right.
it just
Yeah.
sometimes it was a little squeaky. It wasn't like constant
Yeah.
annoyance.
Definitely do not listen to this super, super fast because it sounds like a chipmunk.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, you can't really speed the audiobook up too much. And
no,
they do touch on mental health a little bit in this book. So we can talk about that in the spoiler section. I
that's
did
true.
really like that. It
Mhm.
brought a little bit more depth into the book because other than that, basically your storyline is just that they both are into each other and they don't know it. And then the
Yeah.
fake dating. Like that is the whole thing. But there's a little bit more to it that we can talk about in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
So
And there's other stuff that happens too with like her trying to get a ballet studio and
that's true.
her
Some sub
background. There's some depth to it for sure.
his relationship with his mom
Uh-huh.
a little bit.
Yeah. So it
So
didn't dive
yeah.
as deep into those things. I do feel like the mental health issue was one that they really dealt dived. They dove. They went deep into it.
Delved. I don't know.
Delved,
Yeah.
delved. That's
Delved.
the
Is that
word.
what you're looking for? Okay.
Good job.
This is a fun game. I'm like, what's the best word? What's the word she's thinking of right now?
Yeah.
I got your back.
Yeah. You got me. Yeah.
Oh,
So there was that aspect of it being kind of annoying, the voice and stuff. But I don't know. Was there anything else that you didn't really like about it?
but yeah, at the same time, it was realistic because women are typically more emotional
Mm-hmm.
and high strung than men are more logical and just talking about it. So giving the author and Brie credit, like that's probably realistic, even though it annoyed me. It's probably realistic.
Yeah.
But that's about all I disliked about it. I thought it was a really fun read
Mhm.
and entertaining. And there were some really funny parts too, like
Yes.
the side characters,
Yes.
the football
Well,
friends.
and the name of the book is all about the cheat sheet. And so I don't know if that is that. So at the very beginning of the book, they do the definition of what a cheat sheet is, and it's what the quarterback has. And this was beneficial to me because I didn't realize this, but I always saw that the quarterback has like a thing on his arm, and that's his cheat sheet, so that he knows like the plays and stuff to tell the
Mhm.
players. But there, I don't know. There's stuff regarding the cheat sheet and their relationship. I won't go further into it because I feel like the way that it like unfolds is just like really funny. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true. There was a lot of funny interchanges with the guys on the team and the
Yes.
friends.
I
Who
laughed
was
out loud several times in this book. Like I thought it was so
yeah.
funny.
Who was so did she have a close friend that she would talk to?
Her sister. That
Oh,
was the
okay.
one.
Because I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, normally that's how these movies and books are set up. Like,
Mhm.
there's a friend on each side that they confide in. Okay, you're right. It was her sister. I can't believe I forgot about that. They would chat on the phone and then she went over to her house. Okay.
Uh-huh. And her sister had a few kids and was like in the suburbs and stuff. And I feel like I was her sister. Like I'm at that point. I'm
Oh,
not
you-
the
you're the
heroine.
older sister now
And the
because we're
and the
mid-30s
oh yes.
with our babies.
And my robe, because she talks about her sister wearing the fluffy robe. And you know, Liz, that I wear my robe all the time.
You love your fluffy robe.
I really do.
It's true.
So yeah. It's not pink, it's purple with stars, but
That reminds me, I need to break out my fluffy robe. It's been a while and the weather's going to start to get warmer. I need to break that thing out and enjoy it. I've got a white fluffy robe. You know about my white fluffy robe?
Yes, I've seen it. It looks so cozy.
It's so cozy, but I just haven't worn it in a while.
You need
And I
to.
need to change that. It's time to wear some fluffy robe.
Yep.
It's time for fluffy robe time.
Fluffy robe time.
Fluffy robe time.
FRT.
It's time for some FRT.
I love it.
Okay, so here's my quote. This is by Nathan, of course. Bree's hand squeezes mine, and I look back to see her crinkle her nose at me in her signature cute smile. It's her. Can you even believe it? Look, my heart bursts. It's wide open, completely hers for the taking, always has been. I think this is the same quote I used in that episode.
Oh, was it?
Maybe not. Is it familiar? Well, obviously it's familiar.
I don't know. A little too expressive.
No, I was gonna say, is it familiar to you, the quote? But I'm like, Dash, she's read the book.
Oh.
Of course it's familiar to her.
Oh.
Get it? Like,
I'm really good at forgetting quotes though. Or
I mean, is it familiar to you as in, do you remember me saying that quote 2 episodes ago? It's okay. It's not a big deal. I just was curious if I happened to use that same exact quote.
I don't think did you use any quotes from that book?
I think I did.
Oh, okay.
Just one.
Okay.
But
well.
All right, you got some cute quotes there.
Okay, so I don't remember who said it, but your soul is my favorite in this entire world.
So cheesy, but I love it. I love it. I love
it. And then I think some things are worth waiting for no matter how long it takes, which is very, very accurate because they waited a long time. They waited.
Yes. Yeah.
How old were they?
Okay. 7 years?
Is that how long
was their relationship? 7? Because weren't they like 25? No, wait. How old were they?
Might have been 9. I'm trying to remember. Because
were they late 20s or mid 20s?
Somewhere in their 20s. Because I know that they were out of touch in college, but I think they included that.
Oh, you're right. They kind of stopped. They had a falling out for 4 years and then they reconnected. So maybe they were friends in high school for 2 years, or was it just a year? 17?
No, it's 17. Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, it was a very long time, their journey before they got together.
Yeah.
And he had feelings for her the whole time.
I know. And she had feelings for him too.
Is that a spoiler?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, it's not, because the back of the book says they're both into each other.
Does it?
Oh, no.
Well,
or does it just say that she likes him? Or at the beginning, it kind of, I guess it takes a couple chapters to hear Nathan's perspective and you find out that he has feelings for her as well. But
yeah. I mean, you kind of figure out like they've liked each other for a long, long time. So I don't feel like it's a spoiler.
Okay. Good. And I was like, whoops, was that a big spoiler?
All right, let's go to spoiler section and then we can just,
speaking of,
get it all out. All right. And we're back. Sorry for all of you guys who missed our awesome dancing. It was amazing.
It was a really fun dance session.
And
I enjoyed it. Flaring nostrils and all.
Yes.
So mental health, I liked how they tied that in, how he had panic attacks, or he didn't know that he had any anxiety or panic attacks until Bree pointed it out to him. And I loved how when he was experiencing that, he would think of Bree and it would calm him down. I loved that. I thought that was really sweet.
I'd actually forgotten that, but it makes sense.
And then the part at the birthday party when he drives all that way and then he doesn't know what's happening, his heart's racing, and she like takes him. But do they go to the bathroom?
I think they're like in the laundry room and they're on the he's on the floor and I'm just picturing this huge football player and he's like
breaking down
and he's crying and she's holding him. And I just seeing just that whole, seeing it in my mind's eye, them together and how he just breaks down and pours out his heart. And she tells him, doesn't she tell him in that scene that she loves him? I thought she did.
Maybe because that's near the end of the book.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good scene. And as someone who's had panic attacks, I know what that feels like. And it's not fun. And when the first time it happens, you're like, what's going on? I'm dying. Like you feel like you're dying. And then you realize later, okay, this is what's going on. And now I know if it happens, I know what's going on. But I really liked that she had also dealt with that. And so she could help him. She could hold his hand through that process, because when she wasn't gotten to the accident and she couldn't go to Juilliard, right? She was really depressed and was having, it sounds like she was having panic attacks too, right? Or
I can't remember. I know she was a little depressed after that. And it seemed like she could relate to him and she knew how to comfort him. So probably she was probably having panic attacks.
She was like, you're having an anxiety attack right now. And he's like, what?
This is what's happening. Oh, did she like would do something that calmed him down? And he was like, well, how did you know to do that? Or wow, that really worked. Or am I thinking about another book? But anyways, she was I don't know if she was like drawing circles or she told him focus on your breathing or something.
So
That's what she said. But yeah, who said this first? One of them was like, I need you to look away now. And she's like, why? Because I'm about to cry, or I need you to go away or something.
Yes, it was when she got hurt, when they were running back from the paparazzi, because they were like making out the waves, and she got hurt, and she's like, I need you to not look at me right now because I'm about to break down or something like that.
And I don't want you to see it.
Yes. And then he says the same thing to her in the laundry room.
In the laundry room.
You see why I love this book?
I know, it was really good. There were a lot of sweet, cute moments. Yeah, the party scene, really quick. It took him so long to kiss her. Wasn't that the scene where I was like, just kiss her? This is way too drawn out.
Another way that this relates, when Kirk first kissed me, it took him like 10 minutes. Like he was like slowly inching over.
And were you just standing there?
Well,
how did you not go in and
we were laying down in the back of a van when we were driving home from prom.
Your first kiss was a laying down kiss? Gasp.
It actually was. I just was that, but it was like like it was a
scandalous.
But I'm like, that sounds really.
It was a what?
It was very chaste. Like it was.
Oh, like a first kiss type of kiss.
Yes, I mean it was like a make out, but it was not like a.
Wait, was it okay? Well, I mean, you could classify makeout sessions still as chaste kisses.
Yes, it was definitely not like.
But I was totally thinking of like a peck. Like my first kiss was the shortest kiss imaginable, I'm sure, and just a peck.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's what I was envisioning when you guys were laying down. I was like, you just did one little peck, and you're both laying down. That's impressive.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
So you guys were like cuddling, heads really close, and he went 90. And you didn't go 10?
I did not go 10. I was stubborn. I was like, you're going to kiss me. Like, I didn't.
Maybe he was waiting for you to go 10. Maybe he had seen Hitch.
But I was just like, nope. I'm just going to let him take his time. And it took forever. It was, yeah.
Did you guys talk during it, or were you just staring at each other?
I think we were closing our eyes. I'll have to ask him.
I'm like, 10 minutes is a long time.
Maybe it wasn't 10 minutes. Maybe it just felt like a long time.
Maybe it was 10 seconds.
I think what we were doing is we're kind of like sleeping, like we're like, yeah. And so I think our eyes were closed, but we could kind of tell we were getting closer and closer. I'm gonna have to ask him because it's been a long time.
Oh, that first kiss.
Yes. So in that case, I mean, my husband, he wasn't my husband at the time, but he took forever to kiss me. So I can kind of relate to that, to the very slow
build up.
Yes, the build up.
Yeah, I don't remember specifics of that scene in the book, but I remember thinking like, how many pages is this going to take for you to kiss her?
Did you?
And weren't there like previous scenes where they almost kissed but didn't as well? Or was this the only? The actual scene took forever for him to.
I think that they kissed in person. Was it in front of the cameras? I'm trying to remember, like when.
Oh yeah, when he was kind of having a panic attack for the red carpet ordeal. And he kissed her, and he was this was so cute. He was so nervous, and it was like a small kiss, and he's like, I can't believe that was the first kiss I gave her. Like that was not right. That wasn't. I want to do it right. So yeah, the party was him making up for that. He wanted to make it good. He wanted to make it right.
That was
And
super hot.
boy,
Like,
did she enjoy it. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And going into the hallway, like, woo!
Yeah, didn't he kind of like, he didn't press her into the wall, but he kind of like put his
Pretty much.
arm up on the wall. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if his body was pressed up to her, but like he was leaning. He was leaning. Remember
Yes.
that movie? You know, hey, you doing okay? Because he was leaning.
He's kind of leaning from While You Were Sleeping.
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Such a good
While you
movie.
were sleeping.
I think we saw that together, like in Young Women.
What was her name? And he has like a Brooklyn accent. I can't do it. He's
Yes.
like, yo,
Junior.
you okay? Yo, Junior. Yeah, you okay?
You
Because
okay?
he's leaning. I told you I watched that movie over Christmas break and I'm obsessed. That's a good movie. I don't know why I didn't realize how good of a movie that was before that moment. Maybe it's because I had never watched it all the way through in one sitting or something.
Really?
But yeah, because I've seen like, or it had been years since I've seen it. I don't know what it was, but I was like,
we saw
okay,
it
that
in Young
movie
Women.
is so good. Like their chemistry is spot on. The lines are good. The comedy is good. Oh my gosh. It was just such a cute movie.
That is a really good movie.
I don't know if I can wait till next Christmas to watch that movie again. Or that's going to have to be like an every Christmas movie, I think.
Yes.
For me.
That's a good idea.
But anyways, Nathan was definitely leaning in the hallway.
There was leaning. Okay, can we talk about his striptease?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
That was funny. Just to hear her thoughts, like the internal dialogue. Is that right? I mean, because we get to hear everything that's going on in her head and she's like freaking out. And this is where she got kind of squeaky.
Yes, that's true. That there's some squeaking going on.
Is this happening? Oh my gosh.
Because she had the magazine, but she never looked at the pages. And I'm trying to remember, why did she dare him or something? Like, what was it? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a dare. Or I'm trying to remember how this came about. Oh, I don't remember. And oh shoot, I don't really remember, but it started out kind of as a joke and she dared him and that it would have no effect over her or not a big deal. Oh, okay, I remember now. He had accidentally seen her naked and he confessed it to her.
That's true.
So she was mortified and so mad, embarrassed, everything, all the things. And she was like, that is not fair. I didn't even know. And I was vulnerable. Like, what? This isn't fair. So the only way to make this fair is that I see you naked. And he was like, what, really? And she's like, yes, that's right. And she's like, just playing tough. And she's like, no big deal. Yep, I'm just going to embarrass you. And this is purely the reason. And then all of a sudden, as it was happening, she was like, okay, nope, can't handle it.
And he doesn't handle the way. Like, she stops him before I think it takes off his pants or something, right? Or,
yeah. But then later she told her sister, I almost slept with Nathan. Like, it would have happened if he would have gone all the way. Like, we definitely would have slept together.
I liked the conversations between her and her older sister. I thought those were fun. And good. It reminds me of like me and my sisters, like just, I don't know, just talking about just everything.
And you're the older sister. So that's another reason why you related to the older sister, because you are the older sister. Duh.
Yes.
I was thinking just along the lines of, yes, because we're old and we have kids.
Yeah, I'm the oldest in the family. So yeah. And Liz is one of you're like in the middle pretty much, right?
I'm in the middle, but no sisters.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I've got two girls
right here.
That's right. I got a sister from another mother. Oh, that just doesn't work the same.
Yeah. That's a good try.
Good try. I've got a soul sister.
Hey, sister, soul sister, ghost sister.
There it is. There's the song.
There's
song of the episode.
Okay, any other good parts? I mean, there were so many. Oh, when they're doing, we were going to talk about the cheat sheet. I loved how they had the whiteboard.
Whiteboard?
And it was all written down of like, okay, these are the things we're going to try out. Like, we're going to turn out the lights. So all these
you gotta wink. You gotta wink at her.
Oh yeah, the wink like went terribly, right? Because she was like making fun of him.
And then he got mad at his friend who told him that advice. He's like, that didn't work, but the dancing did work. Good job, whoever said the dancing.
Tiny little office.
Oh, I love that part.
Me too. That was really
sweet.
He
surprised her at work and then danced with her in her tiny office. Yeah. Oh, and that was hilarious. So she walked in on the board and they like flipped it around.
Yes.
And then they joked around that they were drawing penises. And she was like, well, no, let me see. Let me see.
And then didn't they draw a bunch of penises?
Yeah, they managed to like erase it, or someone took a picture of it with their phone and erased the whiteboard like while Nathan was talking to her so discreetly, and then managed to draw like a few penises on there. Wait, I hope we're not making our episode explicit here, but so when they turned it around, she was like, "Oh, you guys really were doing that. You guys are like little boys. What is this, 8th grade?"
I know. And these are grown men that are professional football players. And I loved their banter, like the guys talking and
oh, in their relationship with her.
Mm-hmm. Well,
like just the brother sister relationship was cute.
When they went to the restaurant and she said that like everyone was picking her up, kind of like a toy or whatever. I don't know. She was kind of body surfing, it sounded like.
Oh yeah.
Like, hey, it's free.
Was that after she got drunk or before?
I think it was before. And then after, like, they were just helping her out they were kind of like providing a barrier between her and Nathan, or like Nathan's helping her out. And then they're
that's right. They were kind of circling her to like protect her.
Yeah, I loved that.
Big brothers.
I know. So you have big brothers. I do not. I have no big brothers. I have one.
You got a baby brother. Yeah, that was sweet. I like that. I was gonna say something else, but now I'm blanking. But the banter between this is what I was gonna say. I loved how the football players, Nathan's friends, they really obviously they saw that Nathan was into her and really pushed and encouraged him. Like, you got to make the move. Like, here's the deal. You both are, she's into you too. We can tell. You're both scared to make the first move. So this is what they like helped him come up with that plan.
Yeah.
And it was just really fun. And then of course that was nice how that deal worked out with the what was it? Oh, the Tide commercial.
Yes, that was so.
And that's what got the fake dating going.
Yes, because she's like, I just want to erase all of his ex-girlfriends,
all the women in his life except me. She had her Tide pin.
Yeah, so just really creative. I felt like this, even though this had very stereotypical rom-com vibes, there were a lot of different things that like different twists and turns that I wasn't expecting. And of course, they're gonna end up together, like that, but how it goes about, there's a lot of things that happen that you're like, oh wow, like I wasn't expecting that. Like they got to shoot a commercial where they had the Tide pen and stuff. Although I kind of wish they had gone into more detail of them actually shooting it. Like they didn't really do that. They did before and after.
Oh yeah, it was really quick how how she covered it in the book. Just that everything seemed so natural, and then it went so much better than she expected. But yeah, you're right. They didn't really go into details.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll have to ask people, or if you're listening, right on our Instagram or Facebook page, let us know if you've read any Sara Adams books, or let us know which Sara Adams book we should read next, because we're all in. We like this author a lot.
Yeah. Good palate cleansers. I know most people palate cleansers are my go-to. That's what I want to read all the time.
That's her just regular read.
Yes.
Yeah.
But because I'm best friends with you,
to throw in some Ruta Sepetys. We have to throw in some historical fiction, some tragic stories in there. Oh, yeah, we talked about this with Jen from the Bookish Sisterhood. I really do think we should read The Nightingale.
We probably should. It's on my TBR, so I think I could do it now. I'd like toughen my skin a little bit, toughen my heart.
And you're not pregnant,
right? And I'm not nursing.
That helps.
And
you're not nursing.
Yeah, makes me more weepy too. So, yes,
yeah,
I could do it.
That's a really good first Kristen Hanna book to start with. Of course, it might be your first and last, but if any book of Kristen Hanna to read, you got to read this one. So.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. That'll be good.
But yeah, we want to read another Sara Adams. So yeah, we'll have to get some recommendations of the next book of hers to read.
Yes.
Because it was fun. We enjoyed it.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Well, I think that's all for today, unless there's any other parts you wanted to discuss. Dissect.
Dissect. I like the hand motions. Just you dissecting the frog in 8th grade.
Exactly. All right. Well, that's all for today. Make sure to comment on our Instagram at 2 Babes in a Book to let us know if you've read either The Cheat Sheet or any other Sara Adams books.
Make sure to tell others about the podcast. Leave us a review on the Apple Podcast app because that's how people find us podcasters. It's a big present to us. Now remember, in the words of Holbrook Jackson, never put off till tomorrow the book you can read today.
Thanks, y'all. Now go stick your nose in a book.